My fellow YouTubers, welcome back. Today we are going to be checking out the new Suprent Stare Clipper and Trimmer combo. Here's a first look. Let's get right into unboxing them, and then right after that, we'll give you the review. Check it out. Guys, please do not forget to like this video. Also drop a comment. Thank you. I know it's random, but I got my hair cut yesterday at the CT Barber Expo, which was fire. The guy hooked it up for me. He's representative of Coco Hair Products. And I gotta say, I don't remember his name, but he did a damn good job. Appreciate you, my brother. So the motor on both of these units is a rotary motor. They are 6,500 RPMs. So that is enough to do what you need to do as far as shaving and fading and trimming. I like it better. I like that speed better on the clippers because, you know, when you have a slower motor, you're not necessarily cutting a whole bunch of hair off at once. Sometimes, you know, it's not fast enough to cut all the hair, so you kind of miss some hair. It makes the blending go a little smoother. Both of these come with a metal lid. The back is plastic, okay? Just so you know. So the housing is metal, the back is plastic. This set does come pretty cheap. It's 70 bucks on the Suprent website, and it's gonna be 70 bucks on Amazon. There is a 25% off discount for limited time at suprent.com. That is with a promo code, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care about those. I don't work for the companies, so I typically won't push it. If I get a promo code by the time this video's out, I'll throw it on the bottom. Again, it's cheap already, 70 bucks, whether you need a promo code or not. It's not gonna break the bank. Amazon will have a limited discounted, offer that will knock it from 70 down to around $55. So all in all, these are something that you can buy, you can have fun with them, you can modify them. They probably will not be your main clipper, but with some mods, the clipper could be very, very good. One thing I also have to say is the guards. It does come with some guards. You have like 4 or 5 in there. The guards do fit a little snug, right? So for me, that's an issue. Maybe over time, they'll kind of loosen up after a while. As far as right out the box, they're very tight. You know, that's something that you should be aware of. If you're gonna buy these. Again, if you're changing the blade, you're gonna change the guards, not a problem. But if you use these guards with this blade, they're gonna be a little snug. And now when you are charging the units, they will be blue when you turn them on. While they're charging, they will be red. So the eyes do change colors, just so you guys know. So when you see red and blue on the actual box, that's what it's indicating, is that when it's charging, it's red. When it's on, it's blue, which I think is pretty cool. As far as the clipper goes, it has a 5-notch lever. That I like. That's pretty much standard on a lot of clippers now. The best part about this clipper is the look. I really do like the eyes that look at you with the LED that pops on when you turn them on. Now, these are a nice dark blue. It's probably comes up a little weird on the DSLR. I don't think it comes through all the way. It shows it a little bit brighter. If I record with the iPhone, you'll be able to see they're dark blue. And again, they did customize a set for me, which I think is really cool. Thank you guys so much for doing that. One thing I do like about this clipper is it has Type-C charging, right? You guys can see that. Point it up to the corner a little bit. Yeah, so you see Type-C right there. I would like to see the cords that they give you a lot longer. They give you a couple cords that are small, for like charging on the go. But if you needed to use these clippers while you're cutting hair, you need a longer cord. Given you probably have one, not the point, you gotta provide one, okay? So I like to see a longer cord inside the box, maybe 2 longer cords inside the box, or a charging station, which obviously that's why these are cheaper, because they do not have a charging station. And you have to make sure you pre-charge them before you use them. As far as the power on this clipper, it's pretty powerful. It actually cut hair down pretty good. It blended very well. The battery life on both of these units are 3 hours. I would like to see a little bit higher. 3 hours is not terrible, but if we can aim for 4, I feel like 4 is a sweet spot. If you can do 4 and up, that's good. Anything below, you want to do something better. The ergonomics on the clipper are fine. You at least have, the finger indents on the back, which is huge. And the little UFO looking face, you kind of rest your thumb up against that, and that kind of helps you hold it. So the ergonomics are very good. The blade works fine. I'd like to see more of like a hybrid blade. This did no problem cutting the hair. I was able to get a zero gap, pretty close. Not 100% zero gap, but it was very close. Enough to do the job on any kind of fade, and it worked well going from the clipper into the trimmer. The trimmers are also pre-gapped. I'd like to see them a little bit closer. Again, I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to setting that blade. I want it to be sharp, just enough without causing irritation. There's no adjustment on the trimmer blade, so there's that. As far as cutting with the trimmer blade, it actually cut pretty well. I was able to do a shape up, pretty decently. I was able to cut down the hair, like when you're shaving, very good. So that's one thing I will say, even though it wasn't the sharpest blade setup, it worked very well for what you got. Now, as far as the blade on here, you do have the typical screw holes that are on every single other clipper blade out there, so you can mix and match and see what works for you. I did try a couple different blades on here and got them to work perfect, got a crazy zero gap, and this clipper machine with some mods is killer. All in all, in the end, I will say if you guys do get something like this, expect it to be that you're going to pay very cheap for a clipper that you can use and mod around and toy with it and have all the fun in the world. And you get a little trimmer extra with it, kind of for free. So that trimmer you'll be able to use on kids. You'll be able to do light work with it. Any kind of work that requires working on someone super sensitive, the trimmers are perfect. Kids, the trimmers are perfect. Other than that, there's not much more they're going to do for you. But either way, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you liked the review. I will have more stuff coming for you in the future. Thank you for watching. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.